These clients, longtime friends of mine, actually a buddy that I met in college. This was the third home that they purchased. So I helped them move around the city a little bit, and they're now selling this home, which they only bought a couple years ago. They're headed down to California now, and so we're prepping the home for sale at this moment in time. It'll be up for sale in a couple of weeks. So when they purchased this home, they already lived in West Seattle. They had a beautiful Craftsman just a few blocks away, actually. They stayed in the neighborhood, but needed a little bit more space as their family was growing. So they purchased this home. This is a large, almost 4,000 square foot home. That is kind of a whole nother story, as a matter of fact. We were able to help them get their previous home sold, negotiate this deal, have all of the dates line up, so it was a smooth transaction and transition. Got their home sold, moved them into here very seamlessly. These folks, they started their first home they bought with me was a little 3-bed 1-bath in Maple Leaf, and they lived there for a number of years and were able to gain some equity living in that home. And so we sold that home for them. That's what got them into West Seattle and their Craftsman home, and that was kind of like the step up. That home was 2,200 square feet. They had their first child, need a little bit more space, and so they were able to leverage the wealth that they created from that first purchase into their second home. And then kind of the same thing here with this home. They sold that home, made a great profit on that, and we're able to turn that around into this home and step up and buy this property. They just really fell in love with the neighborhood. They were coming again from North Seattle. This is kind of their first venture into West Seattle, due to my encouragement. I've lived here my whole life. So brought them over. They loved it, got the kids going in a great preschool, just really loved the community, the restaurants, the proximity to downtown. It just was a really, really great fit. So yeah, when they sold their second house and bought this home, it was literally a 2-block move. So they wanted to stay in the same neighborhood. One of the biggest benefits I think clients say working with me is, one of the services I offer that I don't believe most agents do. I think, some agents, they'll maybe throw you a phone number for a guy to come do, a handyman to do a few things, what have you. When I'm listing a home and I'm working with clients, one of the biggest value adds that I have is providing a very, detailed list of upgrades, enhancements that we can make to the home before we put it on the market to help them, pull out any additional value that they can before they sell. And I even take it a step further. I actually, I have a great team of contractors and vendors that I have, compiled over the course of my 20 years in the business. So I not only provide those resources to my clients, but I also help facilitate the work. I calendar out the process, day by day, so that things roll out smoothly. We're not wasting time. And I really take that pressure and that work off the client's plate. And so it's almost as though, I'm coming in and helping them extract additional value, and ultimately paying for the cost of my services at the end of the day is the way I look at it. I am trying to help people, really increase that bottom line before they go sell their asset. Every dollar I'll recommend my clients invest to prepare the home, the expectation is that it's going to increase their value by at least 2 or 3x that dollar. So it's pretty typical. A home like this, my clients will invest somewhere between, $30,000 to, replace carpet, painting. In this particular home, we did some exterior painting to kind of modernize the aesthetic on the outside. So generally, that's about the investment that I'll ask a client to make, or that I'll recommend that they make. That also includes staging. And those investments generally yield my clients an extra at least 2 to 3% on their sale price, if not more. When you're shopping in the price range $2-3 million and up, there's a different level of expectation about finishes, condition of the home, being really meticulous. And That's just by nature how I am. I'm a little bit OCD, so I really like to peek in every corner and take care of every little thing. And even, these clients, for example, questioned some of the things that I would recommend they do, little things that may seem minor, but when you're showing a home like this to a potential buyer, it really needs to be buttoned up, and all those little details need to be taken care of, because buyers, they're savvy. They know that, they know what they're looking for. They know what quality looks like. And so being able to present the home in that light is super important to get my clients top dollar. I've been in a lot of homes in West Seattle facing east here, looking at the city. Sold a lot of property west facing, looking out over the Sound and the Olympics. In terms of Seattle views, these are truly some of the best views that I've ever seen. You get all of downtown Seattle, the Cascades, all the way down to Mount Rainier. This is really a special place. I think this is what really grabbed my clients when they saw the home. It truly is a unique perspective of the city that not many homes have. So they loved coming outside. They have a fire pit here. That was a wedding gift for them. So they'd come up here at night, have a fire going, have a cocktail, what have you. And this space is truly magical and one of the big selling features for this home, for sure. I've had several, sales here leading up to where we are today, May 1, and they've all gone above list price. I've been able to get my clients higher than their ask price. So I expect that to continue on here. This is truly, a pretty unique place in the world, Seattle. The market is very resilient. People still coming here every day. More and more people seem to be moving here. So this is a great place. Lots of big companies that are in Seattle that people work for. So, I expect our market to continue to grow and be strong.